Good to see everybody this morning, and congratulations. We finished up another school year. I know that this time of year, there's that collective sigh when the last kids go out the door. I know some of you, it'll be about another 12 hours before you kind of feel that a sigh, but something I've always loved about being in schools is the kind of the cycle that you go through. It's a really stressful time throughout the school year, but then there is an end to it and a little bit of time to relax, and then you start back up again. So congratulations on making it through the year and doing a great job. I appreciate all of the hard work that you put in this school year. When they asked me when I wanted to start, there's a mandatory 21-day waiting period. They asked me when I wanted to start. I said, well, I want to start on day 22, just as soon as I can get in the door. And it might have been temporary insanity, because May 1st is probably about the craziest time in the school year, right? You get to come in for the last month. So it's really been a whirlwind, but man, I've loved my time here over the last month. Had the opportunity to meet a ton of great people, and I can tell I'm going to love it here in Rains. Certainly, just like every school, we have some challenges that we face, but there's also a lot to be proud of here in Rains ISD and in Emory and the surrounding communities. I've gotten a chance to meet a lot of great people and to sit down and visit. I am going to apologize up front. It's going to take me a little while to get all the names and faces together, and you may have to introduce yourself 2 or 3 times to me before it sinks in. The little guy that runs the Rolodex in my head is a little overwhelmed right now with all the new people. You know what? I'm looking out here. Some of you are young enough, you've never used a Rolodex, have you? Okay. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Mr. Aiken, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right. But anyway, it's going to take me a while to get all the names and faces, but it's something that will happen over time. And I want to say thank you from my behalf for y'all helping me to feel so welcome here, and all of the kind, nice faces and kind words that y'all have shared. I know I've asked a lot of you to give input on your feelings about the schools and the community and all that. I assure you that all that I am taking in and things that we'll be discussing throughout the summer and as we make plans for next year. Now, Mr. Morgan told me that I have 2.5 minutes before he starts to tune me out. So I'm gonna ask you just for a couple more, Mr. Morgan. If you can stretch it. I know you're seasoned, but you can stretch it just a little bit longer. I won't talk for long. We've got some folks to recognize today, but I did want you to do this for me. I want you to think for just a minute about your childhood growing up, your growing up years. For some of you, that's pretty easy. For some of you, it's a little bit longer stretch, right? But think all the way back to when you were growing up. And I want you to think about the 4 or 5 people during those years, the 4 or 5 adults that were the most influential, that their impact on your life is still meaningful for you today. I want you to actually take a second, picture their faces, think through actual names of people, adults in your life during that time that were meaningful to you. Are you picturing them? All right. Now, raise your hand real high if at least one person on that list was a teacher or a coach or someone at a school. Yeah. Look around. Almost everybody, right? And we remember those people because they had such an influence on our lives. Now, the cool part about this, and the reason why we talk about this, is because the kids that walked out of here on Tuesday, 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line, when they're asked that same question, a lot of the faces that come to their mind and the names that they remember are people that are sitting in this room right now. We have an opportunity to make an impact on kids, and that's amazing. One of my favorite educational authors, Todd Whitaker, he said that one of the great blessings for educators is that it matters. And one of the challenges is it matters every day. And those of you that have been teaching a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? For kids that are depending on us, we can't afford to have off days, right? We got to be there for them every day. So why am I talking about this right now? When we come back in the fall, we'll talk about some things that we want to do for kids. But the work that you do, I know, is challenging. It's probably more difficult to be an educator today than it's ever been. But I also believe it's more important than it's ever been as well. Kids need us. They need you every day in that classroom, okay, or in the lunch line, or wherever it is that you have contact with them. So it's important that you take a little time this summer for yourself, all right? Take a little time to rejuvenate, physically, certainly, but also mentally. It's time to have a little mental break and to let yourself breathe a little bit, because when we come back in the fall, there's going to be a whole crop of new kids ready for us, right? And they're going to be depending on us to do great things for them. And we're going to challenge you to do a lot of great things. I have no doubt that Rains ISD can be the premier school in this whole part of the state. We have all the tools to make that happen. And I think we're already have some things that are well on our way to making that happen. But the reason I want that is because there are so many good things that we can do for kids, all right? And they deserve it. And I know we're capable of it. We'll have time, like I said, to talk about those things at the beginning of next year. But today is more about recognizing things that have gone on during this school year. We have several different folks that we're going to recognize and bring up here. I did want to mention, I know we have one school board member, Robert Burns, here this morning. Robert, want to wave, and he did say a prayer for us. One thing that was, did I miss anyone? Is there another board member here? I don't think so. One thing that was very apparent to me during the process when I was visiting with the board was how deeply they care about this community and how deeply they care about the students here, but also about all of you, and wanting this to be the very best place for you to come and work and feel good about every day. Okay, so those are things that are important to them, they're important to me, and things that we're going to work on. So thank you, Robert, for what you do for the district. All right. Mr. Morgan, I'm sorry, I went a couple minutes over, but now we're on to the next phase. He already turned me out. That's how long it was. All right, that's okay. Our first set of folks that we're going to recognize and ask to come forward are our CAT compliments for May. I know there's something that's been going on throughout the school year, and those folks have been recognized every month, but we have some for May. I'm going to call out some groups. If you'll, when I call your name, start making your way down here, and we'll save our applause for just a second. For the elementary, we have Tanya Bridges, Tara Copeland, Kamisha Hobbs, Bo Linwood, Cynthia Spigner, and Chelsea Smith. Let's give them a round of applause. And we do have a little certificate and a pin that we're going to give those folks. All right, thank you. For the intermediate campus, Robbie Dowd, Blair Tunnel, and Shelby Shepard. All right, the junior high campus. Melissa Parker, Sailor Barrios, Macy Sims, Stacy Ely, Kelly Hunt, Cheryl Kane, Amanda Peoples, Julie Barlow, Jenny Holliday, Laura Bullock, Charissa White, Brian Kelly, Alexa White, Macy Green, and Blanca Espinosa. Good list. Congratulations. All right, for the high school campus, Laura Jenkins and Brian Oakes. Brian, I don't know how you got on that list, really. All right, the CDC, Charlotte Burns and Morgan Crocker. All right, very good. The next set of honorees are our Service Years Awards. These are folks that have been in Rains ISD for a specified period of time. We're going to start with the ones that have 5 years of service here in Rains. I will say that after you get your pin down here, we'd like to take a photo of you over here by the backdrop. 5 years. And again, hold your applause for just a second. We'll get all these 5 years together. Jesse Brubaker, Carla Burwell, Lindsay Chamness, Hoyla Conke, Robin Essery, William Graham. Stay for the picture. We're going to have a picture.
Jesse, she's picking up for
Oh, you're picking up Jesse's. You don't have to stay for the picture. You can go over there. Sorry. Where did I leave off? Stephen Hodge, Laura Jenkins, Jonathan Lance, Bobby LaRue, Phyllis McCulloch, Christy Piles, Colton Smith, Bennett Stein, Bernadette Thompson, and Dustin Wallace. 5 years. Give them a hand. You said this collective or just? Okay. All right. For our folks who have been here 10 years of service, Denise Jeffers, Christine McAllister, Melissa Parker, and Whitney Williams. Congratulations. All right, 15 years. Stacy Ely, Robert Fisher, Debbie Lennon, Jennifer Moore, Lisa Velasquez, Paula Williams. 15 years. Congratulations. All right, 20 years. We're getting serious now. 20 years in the district. Oh, this first one's one of my favorites already. Pam Gilliard. I can't tell you how helpful Pam has already been to me. Everybody that I've met coming in, they said, oh, wait till you get to know Pam. She is awesome. And everybody was right. So the other, Debbie Jones. Deborah Luker. Michelle Virgil. Rachel Sanders. Kevin Wallace. And Charissa White. All right, 25 years. 25 years. Tracy Taylor. You here? Okay. All right. 30 years. 30 years. Donna Asbill and Janet Samples. All right. This next one, I have to be honest, this kind of blows my mind a little bit. This person must have started when they were in kindergarten. 50 years. 50 years of service. Nelda Slatter. You want to talk about giving your life to kids? That's the definition of it right there. 50 years. All right. Our next group of folks that we're going to recognize are retirees. Now, a couple of these, I think, retired in December. We've invited them back. I think a couple of them are here. The first one, with 20 years of service in Rains ISD, Jeff Fisher. I don't believe Mr. Fisher's here. Robert's going to come accept that for him. Thank you. We told Robert he needs to put that on the wall in his living room and see how long it takes his dad to figure out that it's there. All right, let's see, I've lost my place. Here we are with 17 years of service in Rains ISD, Janice Foley. Also with 17 years in Rains, Jackie Russell. And with 19 years of service in Rains ISD, Leanne Berner. All right, congratulations to all these retirees, and I hope that you get some much deserved rest. I missed someone. Okay, on the 20-year service award, I apologize, Rachel Sanders. I think I read it while people were clapping or something like that. All right. The next group, we recognized at a school board meeting, so we don't have a pin up here for you or anything, but I'm going to ask that you just stand when I call your name and that we would recognize you. This is our group of unsung heroes, and I believe this is a fairly recent thing that we do here in Rains, and this is kind of the equivalent of a Teacher of the Year award, but for those who are not teachers in the classroom, right, folks who do other things on campus. So the Unsung Hero Award for Rains Elementary is Matt Miller. If you'll stand and be recognized. Thank you, Matt. For Rains Intermediate, Sonia Joyner. Rains Junior High, Julie Barlow. Rains High School, Lacey Castro. And multi-campus, Maria Deniger. We appreciate the work that you do. And for our Teachers of the Year, we also recognize these folks at the board meeting, but I would like for you to stand when I call your name. Rains Elementary, Lori Dickens. Rains Intermediate, Holly Wells. Rains Junior High, Kelly Hunt. And Rains High School, Laura Jenkins. All right, next we're going to announce the ISD Teacher of the Year. I'm going to ask our friends from the Education Foundation to come and join us for this presentation. We're doing something that's a little bit different for Rains ISD this year, and we'll do this moving forward. At Region 7, they honor elementary teachers of the year and secondary teachers of the year. So if we recognize those folks in our district, we're allowed to then send their name on, and they get to apply for the region teacher of the year. It's something that we wanted to provide for our folks. But when we started, I know that there's a significant gift that comes along with being the district teacher of the year here. And so when we started thinking about that, we thought, well, you know, the Canton Foundation, the Education Foundation may have to split the gift or something like that. But Pam called, and they were very generous and said, oh no, we'll just give 2 awards. So I want to thank them for that up front. So I believe this is for a travel voucher in the amount of $1,000 travel voucher. That's amazing. All right, without further ado, our elementary teacher of the year, Laura Dickens. Lori Dickens. Lori Dickens, come on. And yeah, come on down. We'll take pictures and all that. I want to get in this one.
1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3.
And secondary teacher of the year, Laura Jenkins.
I hear 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3.
We've come to the end of our program here. I know from here you need to go back to your campuses, and then whatever instructions you get from your principals from there will be fine. Thank you so much. Enjoy it. Enjoy your summer.